Miss California, Brian, spoke her mind. Then Perez Hilton called her a bunch of nasty names. Some of them, most of them, we can't say on TV. Hilton, who is gay, preaches tolerance, but he does not practice it, does he? Joining us, former Clinton pollster and columnist Bernard Whitman and radio talk show host Tammy Bruce. Both are openly gay, and I hope I've said that correctly for both of you, right?
You have.
Okay.
Well, we are now.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, Bob, good thing. I wanted to be sure about that before I read it. Good thing I was right. All right, Tammy, let me start with you, because this idea that Perez Hilton, you know I've been on my bandwagon about this whole thing. He stood up and asked this question in a no-win situation for Miss California to answer it. No matter which way she went, it was going to be wrong. And he had no tolerance for her. He called her the bitch word immediately and put a dumb in front of it. Tolerant?
Well, I'll tell you, it didn't stop there either. I mean, after that attack on the Internet, it has become this really community-wide attack on her, and I think that the hypocrisy is obvious. Now, I also happen to disagree with her. I think that we can find a civil union framework while respecting marriage, but ultimately I do agree with her position, which I think is quite classic, that she has a certain position that she stated and respectfully said, but I'm glad people can decide for themselves. Quite an opposite message is coming from what I term the gay gestapo, which is the far-left framework, which ultimately smears every gay person and also, of course, smears the very premise that Miss California was stating, which makes all of our lives great, especially those of us who are minorities. So for all of us who care about gay marriage, I think that has set us back a bit. And at the same time, I think Miss California has done a very good job handling herself and moving her own message.
Right. Bernard, she said, I don't mean to offend anyone. Also, she never said that she didn't agree with civil unions. That's getting lost in this whole debate. She just said that she was against gay marriage. Bernard, thoughts? Perez Hilton, tolerant or not?
Well, I think the unfortunate thing is that this whole debate about Perez Hilton has moved the focus of the debate away from where it should be, and that is the freedom to marry. What we're finding here in this country is that finally nearly a majority, 49%, for the first time, are agreeing that, in fact, people of men and men should be able to get married, and women should be able to get married. The truth is, marriage and the freedom to marry is not a religious issue. It's a civil rights issue. And I think we're finally starting to understand in this country that to have the state discriminate against two people just has no place in our society.
Yeah, but Tammy, Barack Obama and Joe Biden are against gay marriage.
Yes, well, and part of the larger argument is that we've all been affected, though, by Perez Hilton, has been in the front, and his attitude is reflective, in fact, of most of the people being shown in the media making the argument. The gay Gestapo framework, which is a very different debate than we're even having here this morning, but it's the one that is effectively smearing gays who are moderate or conservative or just not to the far left, and kind of at least turning America away from the argument that is a decent one about at least civil unions. Really, all she did was, she stated her opinion. We now have a left-wing framework in this country that moves to destroy people who have opinions and express them that are simply the opposite of what the left wants to hear it, and that's the bigger issue.
Tammy, we're moving the debate away from where it needs to be, and that is marriage versus civil union. The problem with civil unions, the problem with civil unions is nobody has any idea what they are, which makes it a terrible way to guarantee anything.
So the problem is that you think everyone's stupid?
Everybody understands what marriage is.
Come on.
And that is the most fundamental way to guarantee equality in this country for individuals, whether they're heterosexual or homosexual. Is allow them to engage.
We have the 14th. Can I say something here?
Tammy, please, I think you should allow me to finish my thought.
The issue is the 14th Amendment.
10 seconds for Bernard and 10 seconds for Tammy. 10. Go, Bernard.
The fundamental way to guarantee equality in this country is to allow heterosexual people and gay people to enter into the same social institution that everyone does.
Tammy.
To create a separate equal, we got that wrong in the last century. We ought not to repeat that.
That is a civil union. That is the civil union framework. Marriage, which happens in houses of faith, houses of worship,
no, it's
belongs
sanctioned
to
by
those
the
people
state.
of worship.
I'm sorry, you're incorrect.
The two are very separate. The two are separate. There's civil unions, and then there's marriage. There's two.
I got to wrap it up.
Never works in this country.
But this was a fascinating debate, and I'm glad we could bring it to our viewers because of the perspectives that you both come from, and to disagree about it is fascinating to me. Thank you very much for your thoughts this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.